Monday, February the 25th of 1985, was an ordinary day for 44-year-old Beverly Capone. As she left work that Monday evening from the International Business Machines Corporation in Mount Vernon, where she worked as a data processor, she could never have guessed the grisly fate that awaited her. Unknown to Beverly was that the evening prior, at around 7 p.m, an officer in Yonkers County, Westchester, New York, had been gunned down. The 5-year veteran, Officer Gary Stimulowski, had engaged in a traffic stop on the Sawmill River Parkway in Yonkers. The stopped vehicle, a 1973 blue Mercury Capri, was driven by Alex Mengel, a 30-year-old Dutch Guyana immigrant, and contained 3 passengers. After gunning down the officer, Mengel carjacked the patrol car with the incapacitated and dying officer inside. Tragically, Mengel's passengers assisted him in his escape and lied to police about it, allowing Mengel to remain at large and kill again. The following day, Mengel abducted Beverly Capone as she was leaving work. He presumably needed Beverly for her car, yet he had grislier plans in mind. He then fled with Beverly to a cabin in the Catskills, where he often visited to hunt and fish. Once there, he took the innocent woman's life, but the most disturbing aspect of his crime was yet to come. Taking a sharp knife, he carefully removed Beverly's face and entire scalp before dumping her body approximately half a mile away into the woods. 2 days after murdering Beverly, Mengel was spotted outside of a shopping mall in Toronto, Canada. He was driving Beverly's car that had been reported missing by her family. Mengel crashed his car into a wall whilst trying to escape from the police. He then swerved into a dead-end street where he was cornered. As the police arrested Mengel, they were deeply disturbed by his appearance. Mengel was not only driving the dead woman's car, but was wearing her scalp as though it was a wig and her lipstick. It was later discovered that to gain access across the border, he used Beverly's ID and wore her scalp, hair and lipstick to pose as the murdered woman and avoid detection. 2 pistols were found inside the car. Ballistics test established that one of the guns had been used to kill Officer Stimulowski in Yonkers. In the back seat of the vehicle, police also discovered facial tissue. It is thought that he had planned to wear the woman's face. Despite fighting deportation, Canadian authorities ordered Mengel to return to New York, branding him an illegal immigrant with insufficient money to support himself. On April 26th, returning under guard from his arraignment in Greene County, Mengel tried to escape from his state police escort on the Taconic State Parkway. Undaunted by handcuffs and chains, he grappled with one guard, seizing the officer's firearm, but State Trooper Officer Robert Stabile, who was driving the vehicle, stopped the car, turned around and shot Mengel in the chest. Mengel died immediately. 11 days later, Beverly's remains were discovered in heavy woods a half a mile from the cabin. She had been stabbed once in the chest, her scalp and the skin of her face sliced away by her killer. Tissue samples from the body made a positive match with the scalp recovered from her car in Toronto. With the new evidence in hand, authorities linked Mengel with the attempted abduction of a 13-year-old girl in Skaneateles, New York, on February the 27th. The child had been delivering papers when a stranger, wearing lipstick and an ill-fitted wig, tried to snatch her off the street. Escaping without injury, she agreed with detectives that the wig in question might just as well have been a woman's scalp. When Mengel's 1973 Mercury Capri was examined by authorities in March of 1985, police recovered a Pennsylvania tourism map secreted inside the vehicle's dashboard, along with 4 wallet-sized photos and 1 Polaroid photo of 5 young women. The individuals have been checked against homicide reports and missing persons flyers, but no identifications have ever been made. Mengel also remains the #1 suspect in the murder of a 13-year-old girl named Antonella Martina. On Thanksgiving Day of 1987, New York State Police discovered the child's corpse in a shallow grave in Yorktown, New York, near the Taconic State Parkway. Antonella was killed by multiple stab wounds to her chest area, and her death was ruled as a homicide by the coroner's office. Antonella had disappeared on July the 16th of 1984 at 11 a.m. from Flushing, New York. She was last seen depositing checks on behalf of her father's business at the local Citibank branch located in the Linden View Shopping Centre. On February the 25th, 1985, a local resident contacted police in Flushing and told investigators that he had seen Mengel with Martina on the day she vanished. Mengel's older brother lived just 6 blocks from where Antonella was last seen, and Mengel's estranged wife claimed that he had visited his brother on the day that Antonella went missing. Antonella Martina's case officially remains unsolved.